Scene Mom says, welcome to the new podcast from former Phoenix radio host Danny Cutler. Each week bringing you independent music, industry news, the occasional interview, and other fun segments. Let's get to it. Scene Mom says hello and welcome to episode 24. That was Jennifer Tefft and the Strange with Caffeine off of their new album, Strange Beginnings, released via Rock Garden Records. Hope you had a good week. I've had a pretty busy time this past week. And honestly, it's all about the dogs. I've been taking care of my sister's doggo, which has been fine. He and my dog get along famously. They mostly just stay out of each other's way. But if you're an animal owner, you know that when you leave your dog behind, they feel displaced. They feel depressed. 2 weeks ago, he literally saw her leave and she hasn't come back. So I know that affects doggos, but I am taking him back to my sister this weekend. So he is in for a really big surprise. It is funny though. 2 dogs in the house that are used to being only dogs. So they don't really understand pack behavior all that much. They both just want all of your undivided attention and will come at you and trample you to get it. And with my dog being blind and deaf, makes for some interesting stuff when my 16-pound blind deaf dog gets toppled on by the 80-pound dog. But she holds her own. She definitely tells him, stop it. So it's very interesting to watch. It's my own personal documentary on animal behavior. In other news this past week, I hosted an event which I have dubbed my remote ribbon cutting. It was a meet and greet through the Greater Gardner Chamber of Commerce, and I was so happy to meet many other business owners in the area. So totally nervous right after the holiday, and I wasn't sure how many people would sign up, but we had probably about 25 people there, which I would be happy if 10 showed up, and to have so many people come out to meet me, it just made my week. And if you are ever in my area, get in touch because we are definitely going to go to the Gardner Ale House. It is great food and drink. All right, on to this episode. Last week, I had a wonderful chat with Lisa and Todd of Rock Garden Records. And whether you are in the music industry or not, it's a really great listen to hear their story. Something that started as simple as an archive project quickly turned into fulfilling a need that many New England artists were looking for. If you are skeptical that things happen for a reason, this conversation could change your mind. You are going to hear from many of their artists as well throughout the episode. And if you are in the Boston area, I hope you can make it to their showcase on July 26th and 27th. We're going to jump into the interview in a moment, but first we're going to get back to the music with Adam Sherman. This is called Massachusetts Night. You're listening to Scene Mom Says.
Massachusetts Night, sleeping like a dog. She's half an hour late. She always takes that long. When she pulls up, she got a new tattoo. It's like a hurricane, and it's totally true. Sandpaper voice and a diamond stud nose. The deeper and deeper I fall, she's wild, and she loves the Massachusetts night. Yeah, she's wild, and she loves Massachusetts night. She's a lover and a fighter, a drinker and a driver, and I'm all alone even when I'm beside her. More than I want her, the tighter I hold, faster and faster she goes. She's wild, and she loves a Massachusetts night. Yeah, she's wild, and she loves Massachusetts night. Out in the humid night, there's a halo around the parking lot of light. I feel small and insignificant, trying to imagine how I'd ever fit into her life. I wanna hold her, I wanna heal her, I wanna trust her, I don't believe her. I wanna love her, wanna keep her from harm, but I know I'm never gonna fall asleep in her arms. And that Massachusetts night looms long and wide, I don't see my reflection in her eyes. She's wild, and she loves the Massachusetts night. Yes, she's wild, and she loves the Massachusetts night. She's wild, and she loves Massachusetts. She's wild, and she loves Massachusetts, Massachusetts night. Massachusetts night.
Well, this is the Scene Mom Says podcast, and I'm very, very excited because I have two very awesome people that are here to talk with me today. I've been stalking them for like a year now, and I fully admit that I am a stalker because when I first moved to Massachusetts, which is now exactly a year ago that we made it to Massachusetts, first thing I did was I dove in and I was looking for labels and music and venues and shows, and just diving right into what the music scene is out here. And that's how I came across Rock Garden Records. This is two people on the team. I'll call them the dynamic duo because they do happen to be married too. So I got Lisa and Todd Erickson here. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Danny. Hi. How are you, everybody?
Great. And thank you so much for chatting with me for a little while today. Up there, and you're up in Maine, aren't you?
Yeah, right outside of Portland.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It's lovely up there. We did
It is
a lighthouse tour along the coast once. It's beautiful.
Oh, fun.
So
Come
much
back
fun.
and I'll give you the personal lighthouse tour.
I am there as long as there's lobster involved.
Oh,
Mhm.
our son's a lobsterman, so we've got that covered.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So Rock Garden Records. Oh my gosh, so many bands that I've already played on Scene Mom Says. I mean, Jennifer Tefft and the Strange, little Billy Lost, Adam Sherman. I mean, you've got over a dozen artists on your roster right now, and it just keeps growing. And you only started about a year ago, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, give us some background on the label.
About 18 months ago. It was like New Year's of 2023, basically.
Okay.
I had really wanted to do a archive project for a whole bunch of our friends that were just kind of giving us their music. Todd was in a band in the 80s, Shake the Faith, that had some great success. We put on a benefit concert for a friend of ours that had passed away. And through that concert, our friend Jay Potts, who also played drums with Todd, he played drums in one of my favorite bands, Skin, back in the 80s. He was in so many great bands, amazing drummer. And through that, because of that benefit, all of these people that we hadn't seen in so long came out of the woodwork. And they were like, can you help us get our music out there? Could you do something to help with the archive thing? Or, like we were going to build a website and we got a whole archive thing set up. And then it turned into really the label, which we actually wanted to start many, many years ago when Todd and I first got married back in the 90s. And so we kind of always had that in the back of our brain. And Todd's a musician and has a band. And so we started putting his music out as well. And then other friends, musicians followed suit. And Todd's also a producer, has a great little recording studio up here in Portland, and has been doing that as a labor of love for a very long time. You want to chip in?
Yeah, thanks for the question, and also Lisa for doing such a great job explaining, how we got started and how we got here. When Jay Potts, Love you, bro. Jay just brought this ridiculous shot of energy into what was my sort of stalled musical trajectory. I had done a couple of recordings for Holy Smoke that had good internet success. The band recorded a song with a different drummer, a really good friend of ours, John Noonan, who we've known forever, and we released Tuned In Antenna Up in 2019. The great critical reviews, and it got a lot of attention really briefly online, and then COVID hit. We just didn't have any way to
The
get out and
story of
support
every
it, or
musician's life.
it just and Danny, the craziest thing is that Tuned In Antenna Up got mixed by one of my, I'd call him, mixing production heroes, a guy by the name of Chris Lord Alge, who has mixed some of the greatest records on the planet and worked with all of our, my favorite artists. He's a Grammy winner, Green Day, Aerosmith, AC/DC, Bruce Springsteen, the list goes on and on and on. Ever since the 80s, this guy has just been a production legend, and I followed his career. I love his mixes. I love his brother, Tom Lord Alge's mixes. And it just so happened, out of a just bizarre set of circumstances, Chris really liked it. I submitted the song, and Chris really liked the song, and it got mixed at that level, right? At top caliber, top tier production. We love the song. We still play it live, and then slam, brick wall, right? Just COVID and nothing moving forward. Didn't know what to do. Hunkered down, and then that's when during COVID, like a lot of us, I all of a sudden had this, reframe of, okay, I'm a mixer. I've got a studio. I recorded all the tracks that this legend mixed for me, and it just boosted my confidence. And all of it, then I thought, well, I can do this. And not only that, I had some friends who needed some help, and one thing kept leading to another. And we ended up just collecting Holy Smoke songs. I ended up getting cancer diagnosis in 2021 and had to go through radical radiation treatment in my neck. And we weren't sure what was going to happen. And just coming out of that, Jay Potts blows into my life after not seeing him for 20 years or something. And just like a cannon, he just shot, energy into this whole thing. Came into our world, recorded a whole bunch of new Holy Smoke material with me playing drums. That's some of the stuff you've heard on Rock Garden Records. And it inspired Lisa to get involved creatively, graphically, and say, well, why don't we try to do something here? This archive thing is going to take forever. It's a labor of love. It's going to be something we work on for a really long time. Yeah. But bands seem to need some help doing this. And I've always wanted to be involved with production. I'm not just a band guy. Like, I love producing and writing and recording material. So it gives me the ability to collaborate and be involved with other people. And we released our cover of Bye Bye Love a year ago, March. And it's just been this rocket ride ever since. And so here we are.
With all these hidden innuendos just waiting to arrive.
listening to Danny's interview with Rock Garden Records on the Scene Mom Says show.
I love that. It feels like, I mean, it all came together so organically. It was just everything kind of fell
Good
into
word.
place. And you're good now, Todd? Everything's good health-wise?
So far, so good. Got 2 years clear last August. I'm set for my 1 year. I went down to annual checkups starting this year. I'll see my doc again in August, it looks like, and I feel okay. The surgery has its long lasting effects. You can hear my voice is just rattly, and I sound like a smoky monkey, rock and roll singer now. Look at my rock voice. And oddly enough, it was a lot of inspiration for me and Lisa to think about what's important and think about what we want to do with ourselves, into our empty nesting life that we're starting to live.
I get it.
Lisa's an amazing artist, and I always have tried to support her in what she's wanted to do, and this is an outlet for her as well. So
that's good. That's good, and I'm glad all is good. Thank you for being so open about that. Yeah, you do. I mean, it's unfortunate that it takes tragedies to make you really see big picture on life.
Totally.
But we're just human. That's one of the faults of being human, I think. But
Agreed.
if you can put something positive in the world from that, then it's all good. That's
totally what it came down to, Danny.
Yeah.
You just absolutely nailed it. It's just, there was so much negativity in and around this whole Trumpian era we live in. And then the effects of COVID on us and the economy and people's health and losing friends, and
it's been rough.
Friends losing friends, and then so many of our friends. I mean, Jay, like we said, tragically just passed away.
Yeah.
Had some type of coronary episode alone in his apartment, and so life is so fragile that Lisa and I just decided, this is what we can do. This is literally an actionable, deliverable thing that the two of us, between my interest in, recording and production, and Lisa's artwork and social media skills, the two of us could put this thing in motion. We just had, Danny, we tell people, we had no idea that this would happen. We had zero clue that so many artists kind of need this nurturing, and fertilization and pruning and grow the garden.
It is. It's a community. It's during and post COVID, though we're not really out of it. But I say post, and people know what we mean by saying post.
Yeah.
We were looking for something. I mean, you're right. Everyone kind of had that pivot that went into place. It's like, how do I change things? I mean, that was a big reason for why I made the move from Phoenix to here, because everyone just had this pivot and perspective changed.
Yeah.
Right.
And what was important changed. And more importantly, you saw what wasn't as important because you weren't wrapped up in it as much, So I totally get it. But I mean, obviously there was a need, because all of these artists jumped on board and said, how can you help us? And you go from an archive to a label. It's great.
Yeah. Our friend Pat Moynihan, who's in the bass player for Little Billy Lost, a longtime friends, and for years and years and years, he and Little Billy Lost, those guys, Smitty's in that band with Fred Pinnell.
Smitty's in every band.
Right. I want to be in
the everywhere man.
He really is.
Yeah,
he's amazing.
They really wanted a home. They really needed a home. And we really couldn't wrap our brains around it until we went out and we started getting, we went back into the local scene and saw how displaced so many musicians were. So that's all we really tried to do, is create a community, like a collective, a home for these people.
Yeah. And you are doing it, and it's fantastic. I almost feel bad because I'm like, I'm going to play another rock garden artist. I'm giving all this love. Who am I playing?
Don't feel bad. Good, Danny. The thing with the thing we feel about it is, good music is good music.
Yeah.
100%.
And we are so blessed to have everybody from, Crow Follow, Little Billy Lost, Smitty and the Fezztones, Adam Sherman walks in the door, And
Jennifer
even
Tefft.
even though only one release from John Powhida, what a song! Like Idling is just such an amazing song.
Yeah.
And so everything has this caliber of excellence that we're just so proud to have a part in. It's all we can really say about it.
Right.
And so, yeah, it's wonderful that we have that problem. It's a great problem to have, that people are worried about playing so many rock artists on their shows.
It is a
I
little
don't really
funny,
worry about it. Trust me.
I mean, it's a tough problem,
Yeah,
So,
hard problem. What good
yeah.
music am I going to play this week? Oh, I have a whole
Yeah.
list here.
Oh, darn.
Darn it.
Well, wait till you hear the new Robin Lane we're going to send you.
Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, and that song, the first one she just put out recently, that's gorgeous. That's
Out of the Ashes is something else.
I mean, there's no lacking in talent. And that's what I've noticed even all over New England. I've been introduced to so much good music.
It's radical.
I don't know what to do with it. My mind just
Jennifer Teff's record. Come on.
I listen to that on repeat.
Every song. It's just amazing. The caliber, the writing, the production, the skills, the subject matter, her delivery, her live. We at the show we met you at Jen's show. I mean, her live delivery equals the records or surpasses, right? And so that's what I mean. That level, that caliber of talent that we're surrounded with is just mind-blowing. And then to have Robin, come our way kind of through this same sort of connectivity, this thing that happened. Amazing story is that I decide to cover Iggy Pop's Candy in our little cover band project, Mutual Admiration Society, which is something I dreamt up to just get together and play with people. And Heather's a longtime friend of mine through the scene. Lizzie Borden and the Axes, friends of mine. We go way back, and I couldn't wait to sing with her. She's just such a spectacular singer. Linda Viennes from Girl with a Hawk was in our orb right then. It was just this beautiful connection of people coming together on a song we love and know. And we put that out. And we had no idea that at that point last year that Lizzie Borden was being inducted to the New England Music Hall of Fame that fall in 2023. Yeah. The Niemhoff, the New England Music Hall of Fame people, asked us to perform because Heather was being inducted, and Linda Viennes was doing a tribute to Justine Koval from Red on Red, who had passed away. So all this connectivity, Mutual Admiration Society ends up on stage at the New England Music Hall of Fame ceremony, and Rock Garden Records as a sponsor of the event. Great. And it was just, only the stars can line that up. There was no preconceived notion that was going to happen. And it was 100% because of the connectivity in great music and wonderful people.
Punch drunk from the alcohol. Now I'm down at the dispensary. Tell the kids that Daddy won't be long. Your mama was right about me when she said that boy's no good. I should have told that witch to save her breath. High school, baby, you were the finest of them all, and everyone sure knew I was the man. You looked just like Kayla's, that hid it from infatuation.
So Rock Garden Records Evolution, it's July 26th and 27th at Warehouse 11. 2 nights.
2 nights.
Going to be great. It's your second
10 bands.
showcase.
10.
Yes.
10.
Yep,
10
second.
bands.
Yep,
Damn.
second showcase.
Okay. Why are you calling this Evolution?
It's showing our growth. Really, our first one was Revolution. We had it at Brighton
okay.
Music Hall right after Thanksgiving 2023.
Okay.
And we have grown so much since then. It just seemed natural to call it Evolution because it shows from where we came, really. It is crazy that, in less than a year, what has happened. So, I mean, it worked. The Revolution, the first one we did, was based around the Beatles' White Album. It was the 55th anniversary. And so each band that played did a cover of a Beatles song off the White Album. And it was just a really cool way to bring everybody together and share our love for the Beatles. And Chachi LaPrette, who is an old-time BCN DJ, who has an amazing show, Breakfast with the Beatles, and a show at City Winery that he puts on this amazing show that's all about the history of the Beatles. And he has a Beatles magician, John Logan, who's amazing. It's crazy. You should go sometime. It's
Danny,
so
you should check it out.
I should have to. Yeah. I love the Beatles.
All your fans and listeners, Chachi Lopret's Breakfast with the Beatles. He has 2 radio shows. He is a massive supporter of all things, local, and tries to do whatever he can to keep this scene and this community alive. He's a longtime supporter of everything I've been involved with, and that's how we connected on that. And it happened again. You can't. The stars just have to line up for this kind of stuff. It was the 55th anniversary of the White Album that week in November. We did that, and it just all tied together, and everybody was so excited to do a song, off the White Album, because it's the White Album.
Yeah.
And Revolution is on the White Album. So, it just was a perfect fit. Yeah. It was a great branding thing. And then from Revolution comes evolution, right? Yeah. You come out of that and you decide to move forward or not. And we decided to move forward. We decided to keep going. And here we are, evolving into what we think, Rock Garden Records is going to become and can be, which is a staple of, a home for New England artists. But we're already branching out. We're working with a guy by the name of Ricky Ratt from Detroit that Smitty connected us with. And Ricky came out to my studio for a week in May. And we have a new single from him coming out in August. That's just another barn burner. It's just a fantastic song. And so, that's
I think that's fantastic. Baby. And that's the way it goes. I mean, if you might as well take all this momentum you've been building from something that you didn't expect it to be in the first place and figure out how to make it something that can really be a community for indie musicians world round. Why stop at the US? There's so much help that indie musicians need. And that's always been the core of what I do when I did radio in Phoenix. That's what got me the Scene Mom moniker. Was I was helping these artists and trying to be there for them and figuring out how I could get more ears on them.
Great.
And that's what you got to do. You just got to, people still scoff at indie music. They want their mainstream. They want their Soundgarden. They want their Taylor Swifts. They want the things that they recognize.
Yeah. We love all those people too.
Of course. But it's an uphill struggle to let them know that if you like this band, listen to this band.
Exactly. Right.
Just as good, sometimes better.
Sometimes, right?
Most times better.
Like you can see these artists that have worked so hard. They've worked their entire lives. I think about somebody like Adam Sherman, whose legacy is undeniable. And when I was, a young woman in the 80s in Boston and Private Lightning was playing around, it was like, it may have been indie, but it could have been a huge national act for the, for the stardom that they experienced back then, the waiting, the lines and the fans and everything like that. And so to be able to work with people that we have absolutely idolized and cherished
Just
our whole lives.
right.
Well, you know, since our early 20s.
Held in really high esteem. These are fantastic writer performers whose, you know, music speaks for itself, and we're here to help their legacy, you know, be really well established and endure. So
I think that's the biggest job of a label. Is it's not about what cut of the show or what cut of your merch or what cut of your albums that, you know, we're going to get. I don't think that's the core purpose of a label. You know, it's all about
not anymore.
No, it's changed. It used to be. Yeah. But it's so, like I was saying, it's so rough for an indie artist just to be, I mean, we're in a world where it's all about the single. It's all about the singles that you release and the streams that you get. And nobody has the patience for an album or even an EP. And it's hard because, and that's where you would need a label, I think, to help coordinate that. People who know, or even people who have been in it a while and can help coordinate that so that you can get people excited about a new artist and 4 songs.
Right.
Versus one song.
Right.
Well, did you ever see the movie Animal House?
Oh yes, of course. I'm a child of the 80s. Come on.
Yeah. So Bluto's Pearl Harbor speech always comes to mind. And his fraternity brother says, I forget his character's name, but he says, you know, I think this is the perfect opportunity for a entirely stupid and futile act, you know, and we're just the ones to do it, you know.
You guys, let's start a label.
Let's start a label when you can't make any money as a record label, and there's all these, you know, horrible negatives, and did the Germans, you know, did we quit when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Hell no!
Oh my gosh!
You know, and so it's kind of that level of crazy. It's like, yeah, we're putting out and part of the showcase, Danny, is that it's a celebration of our last 16 months or so of releases, and amazingly, we've put out 22 singles.
That's insane.
In 15 months, like
really?
15, across 14 artists.
Mm-hmm.
We have a CD, you know, compilation, evolution compilation that we're releasing to help benefit Robin Lane's foundation, Songbird Sings. With 19 of those 22 songs, there were some that just, you know, didn't quite fit accurately. But we can't believe that it's that many and that much, and that we've got this much to share already, and so much in the works. I mean, there's still so many things in the works. And back to the showcase, it really has turned into an amazing celebration of what we've done, what these artists do, and what they bring to the table. And it's Robin Lane's weekend, really. We just want to get all eyeballs and ear holes pointed to her legacy, her music, her work as a therapeutic songwriter through Songbird Sings, which is a charity she put together. It's a nonprofit foundation she organized to help trauma victims and recover and heal and get through trauma through songwriting. And it's an amazing initiative. She's had tremendous success with it, and so we're going to make the showcase a benefit and awareness campaign for her and Songbird Sings. Portion of the proceeds will go to her foundation. Portion of the sales of our CD will go to her foundation. And her new single comes out Friday, July 26th.
Nice.
And the title alone and the theme of that song alone just ties the entire, all of this conversation just comes right together with this song that I produced with her in Maine at Launchpad Studios. Yeah. So for friends and fans and followers, it's rockgardenrecords.com. We'll have
You
all the
knew my
links.
question before I asked it.
Yep. Done a few of these. And we really want to encourage people to use the website, right? rockgardenrecords.com. And it's got all of our social media links. It's one central portal. We're going to be updating it the next 3 or 4 days with all the ways to buy tickets, support the event, even if you can't go. All the information on Robin's Songbird Sings. And then, the information on our bands, how to download, how to get Bandcamp hooked up, how to get streaming
website.
Thank you. That's all Lisa right now. So
it's awesome.
Thank you.
I've been asked by musicians actually if a website is still a relevant thing. And I say 100% yes, because that's your central hub. It's like, you can have a link tree or whatever, and that's fine. Yeah. But you need a central hub for all of it. You don't want a link tree as a central hub, and then you're still going all over the place trying to find stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So having it all right there.
I really want to use the website more for sure. I just, with everything that happens with Meta, it's like,
I know.
One day your post is there and the next day it's gone.
Yeah. You can't rely on social media sites, any of them, not 100%. So you have to have your own place where you keep stuff for sure.
Yeah.
So
Twitter's a dumpster fire. Threads is figuring out what Threads is.
Yeah.
Instagram's great for pictures and shorts and stories and stuff, but it's all instant. It's Instagram. I mean, people look at something, they click, they like, they move on. Exactly. And then Facebook is just also, I really liken it to another dumpster fire. It's just.
It is. The only thing Facebook is really good for now is you can directly link when it lets you. Events. Here's the direct link to the Bandcamp or the direct link to Spotify so that you can click and go. You can't do that on Instagram and nobody listens to link in bio. So
no. So, your point of having a website, we knew from day one, we were absolutely flabbergasted. And talk about the stars lining up, Danny, is that we did a web search a year and a half ago and Rock Garden Records was not taken.
Oh,
I mean, how is that even possible?
Name.
I know.
How is that even possible that nobody had taken that URL?
You were meant to do this.
This is my point.
It took you, 40 years or whatever, but this is your calling. You found your calling.
So, rockgardenrecords.com has literally, like you said, just until this week, really just been a landing page, a central portal, all our band's information. But it really is going to become, so everybody knows, that's going to become the store, all of our band events, all of our showcase information, how to get everything, how to find maps and links and tickets to all our shows, all that kind of stuff is going to be rockgardenrecords.com.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, let me ask you one more question, since we've already talked a little bit about industry stuff, and I use this show hopefully for the musicians who are listening to help them along, because it is a struggle and we all need to be there for them and support them. What advice would you give indie musicians, no matter where they are in their stage, whether they're just starting, whether they're seasoned, whether they've been playing gigs for 10 years and they're still doing the same thing? What advice would you give them in this world of oversaturation? I mean, it's just, singles are dropping everywhere. Everybody's fighting for space. It feels like you're always treading water and you're never getting anywhere. What advice would you give these musicians who are just wanting to be heard?
I do have a very succinct answer for this, and it's do your absolute best now. And I mean absolutely fearless, honest songwriting. The industry has now created a situation, blessing and curse situation, where we can be completely transparent with our audiences, right? There's no middleman required anymore. Direct to the audience. Curse of that is that there are 100,000 songs being uploaded to the internet today. Mm-hmm. And my feeling is, and I'm pointing the finger in the mirror firmly at myself here, is that out of the 100,000 songs that are getting uploaded today, 99,000 of them probably aren't that great. They're just not.
Yeah.
And the artists, us as artists, people who write and produce music, have the opportunity to do our absolute best work. And you have to. You have to bring your A game from the count in. We have 7 seconds to get somebody's attention.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
have 15 seconds to keep it so that they get to 30.
Yeah.
And after 30 seconds, you're getting swiped.
Yep.
You know, it's next song, next clip, next video, next. So my answer is, we as artists have this amazing opportunity to be incredibly direct, incredibly honest, and incredibly efficient with our craft. And write a song, write a real song, write something that is impactful and honest and connects with you personally. And the odds are it's going to connect with other people.
Yep. I love it.
Yeah. I just have one take on this. Join a collective or create a collective, because there's power in numbers. You know, that was our idea. It wasn't that we wanted to be the biggest and the best. We wanted to create a home for people. And I believe that by doing that, it puts our artists in a different position than someone who's trying to do this alone. We don't claim to have all of the facts or know everything about it. All we know is that we love live music, and we really just want to support these people in the best way that we know how.
Well said. I think it's the perfect way to end this wonderful conversation with you two. Lisa, Todd, Rock Garden Records is amazing. And I feel really lucky that I stalked you and found you. And, and I'm glad I got to meet you in person so that you know that I'm not completely crazy.
You are, but that's why we loved you right off the bat.
I feel like when we met at Jennifer Tefft's show, it just felt like I've known you for years already. And I love those connections. Absolutely. You know, it was just wonderful. And I look forward to now probably doing both nights of this evolution of Rock Garden Records on the 26th and 22nd. 7th.
Well, let's talk to you, because maybe there's a chance for you to introduce a band or two.
Oh, yeah. We've got so much talking to do offline. Oh my gosh. So, all right. Thank you guys again for being on the show.
Thank you, Danny. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Danny.
Spin
That was Smitty and the Fezztones with Bye Bye Sunday Afternoon. Other music played, we had Robin Lane with Out of the Ashes, John Powhida with Idling, Little Billy Lost with Shout, Holy Smoke with Bye Bye Love. Just a great lineup. Of course, Adam Sherman with Massachusetts Night and Jennifer Tefft and The Strange with Caffeine as well. Everything will be in the show notes. And of course, you can find all of the artists heard at rockgardenrecords.com. And that's going to do it for episode 24. If you like what you hear, please share the love with friends. You can also send any feedback, suggestions, and music to scenemomsays@gmail.com. Thanks as always for listening, and you'll hear me again soon. You've been listening to the Scene Mom Says podcast. Intro, outro music is Look Good for the Radio by Fairy Bones. Learn more about Danny and the show at dannycutler.com.